I just remembered the last game I talked so much about switching which teams player 1 and 2. I talked about that so much. I was so ready to do that, but we found out, unless I missed it, found out it's actually not a possibility, which really sucked. But yes, we're also trying out throughout the whole season. We've been trying to be willing to have other things to talk about rather than just the AFL when we're playing games, if possible. So at the moment, what's being talked about, there's like, okay, we got Franklin, so we got trying to read the chat at the same time. It can be difficult. So Lance Franklin comes in. It should be the first goal of the game. He has missed that. So you're saying that you don't, if you spend, you took a goal on a day. Okay. So what's your idea of saying that if nowadays girls doing a lot and girls probably not talking to one person? Go this way. Mr. Gordon, can Sydney get the first goal? So Sydney get this first goal. Very good. I'm trying to remember where exactly we were at, because I know that the conversation went towards the dating and if guys should play on a first date, and what the concerns that you're saying that you have right there are about you being worried about girls potentially just using you for your money in that situation. That can happen, and it's like, if that happens and you're not liking it and you find that out, you're probably at that moment, like in my head, I'm like, okay, well, there's a couple ideas of the idea of what to do. Okay, come this way, which is you don't talk to that girl. Maybe you don't go somewhere that's really expensive. Okay, go this way. Like, you can't control, but at the first time you also have to understand, like, you can't control what the other person's intentions are on the situation. You can only like see what you find attractive, what you have interest in, and how much trust you have in that person, what you're looking to get out of it. There's probably more in there. Come down this way.
Shields got to the right position and hang on.
Go over with what you got there. What you got there.
Leading from the front. Well, that's not like
Mr. Davis Uniac, you got the Goldstein. Over with Sherry. There you go, you got Tucker.
He kicked this more often than not.
Going with Tucker. At the same time, I kind of see the idea of
heads towards goal.
If you're going into the idea of not wanting to pay, based on the idea of getting screwed over, how much trust will you ever have in that person? Come this way. Nope.
How will the umpire see this? They've put themselves under pressure.
Go with Parker.
Some space now. Blakey.
There's Blakey.
Navigated the traffic. Mills takes the hand pass.
Now you go this way. You've got Simpkin.
It's a tough game.
Now let's go Sydney. Let's see what happens here. There's a kick there. McInerney.
To no one in
got Lloyd.
And they're away. What's he got on offer? Papley.
Okay, so let's see what goes over this way. Come with Franklin.
They've left him alone in a dangerous spot. Franklin.
And oh damn, he got that goal. Damn, okay, he got that goal. Okay, very good.
About making a couple of changes before a bad start becomes worse.
The Swans with 3 of the first 4. Cunnington, Simpkin, Tucker, Phillips.
Mr. Phillips. Bring it down there. See what you got. You got McCartan. So, no, handball doesn't work there. It's going to be holding the ball. Oh, that's right. So it's North Melbourne, just free kick, going for goal. I'm over here, like, in my mind, trying to put thoughts together and blanking, and it's not working for the game. But okay, we'll work through it. It'll get good. You just go through the experience, and then eventually you get better and better at it. You get more comfortable with it. It'll be good. Come this way. Who wants to come get this? Gonna be Mr. Sydney.
Neat little stab kick. Tucker, desperate to win it back. He's set upon. Just shoveled it out. Row bottom. I don't think he meant to smother. That's poor play. Getting their handball game going.
Coming with Davies Uniac.
What can he do with it?
You have a okay. you ever like go into a situation and you think that you're just kind of your own person, but something that you like the type of content that you found yourself like taking in, do you ever find yourself trying to just like play the role of that person that you saw doing something, just being like, oh well, I saw it work for them, and then you find yourself doing that? Because I can feel myself doing that a bit here, where like I see something, and because I'm someone who has watched quite a bit of Healthy Gamer GG content. So the Dr. K, if you know who that is. So in a situation here, I find myself being like, oh, let's dive into like what that means for you emotionally. Why? Because you were talking about of like the distrust that you have in the girls in that situation, and that's what it's being based on. You're like, let's like try and dive into that. Why? What is okay? Go this way. What is it about your life that has you going that way potentially? Finding myself wanting to like role play over here rather than come this way. Get rid of that.
Crunching tackle.
Okay, we got the ball up.
For a free kick, but we'll have a stoppage. Goldstein showing his skills. Parker.
Go with
Reed.
no.
Swans are good with their hands. That was almost
early. We got what's this? That's with
desperate defense.
North. Okay. So it's halfway through the first quarter right now.
For a ball up.
We have Sydney with a 20-8 lead. See what can happen right here. Things will turn out to be close. Will Sydney have that player one domination right now? That was an idea of like trying to randomize which team is player one, but not working out greatest right now.
Goldstein gets his hand.
Go over here.
He's besieged.
Nope.
That's a give up. Fighting tooth and nail not to
Mr.
give up.
Reed.
Reed.
Get rid of it.
Coming. The Swans have started well. Lloyd. Good vision there.
Okay, that's going to be a throw in. Wasn't a good handball. Goes out of here.
Gaz, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
It's no surprise that the team that's using the ball better is the one winning the match.
Davies Uniac
coming with the power. Whoa.
Met solidly.
Oh, that's holding the ball.
Poor opportunity there.
Right then, Stevens.
Wait for an opening. Searching kick.
Oh, Surha.
Manages to hold on. Sensational grab.
If he can nail this first shot at goal, he might just be in for a big day.
Needs it to bend back, but it's
okay then. So that's going to be off there.
Really on that, but not to be.
We got Mr. Lloyd.
With the
I know something of myself as I'm like thinking about it. It's in my head. I remember in the past I had these ideas of like things that might have been philosophical or just like political or just something. I'm not going to go into specifics, but having an idea and then having an interest in wanting to like reach out to people, have put it online, and like I would try, and then you notice, and then you have to learn that people that and then learning that people's interactions with your post, with
we've got a whistle,
like the way that they're going to take it and how, the way they're going to want to talk about it isn't necessarily the way that I want to, you know, always. Like if I'm in a situation and I'm like trying to put a post and being like, okay, there is this thing I have in my head, and what is the logical way to like, what is the logical way to like think through a situation, you know, and then you get like replies back that's like that's just solely opinion based. It's weird what I'm saying right now to me, in that I feel myself saying things that might make sense, but also feel wrong to me. In that, in terms of the idea of what it means for something to be logical, of what it means for something to just be opinion based. So I feel like I'm using words, I'm using language that has a potential of making sense in terms of
out of the contention. The Swans on the ball now.
Translating something to someone else in terms of communication, but I'm not even going to say that far, because I'm the type of person, I'm very used to saying things that people tend to say that it doesn't make sense. I'm used to that.
He had no prior.
What was I saying?
Goldstein palms it down.
Come this way.
The midfield battle's so important. They're a big chance here. Unable to get it.
I guess what I was saying was that I feel like I've been used to in the past trying to tackle a situation in one way and wanting to post about an idea in my head, and it's like I'm looking for a certain type of reaction, not necessarily an exact answer that would agree with me, but an exact way of processing the situation and handling the situation that would then, that I find I tend to not get. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense.
He's under close attention.
Come this way.
The defenders will be nervous.
Okay.
Takes an excellent grab. The Swans
let's bring it out this way. So
Lloyd,
hopefully,
got a fist in.
something I'm looking to do, something I'd love to be able to do,
good disciplined defense
is
Stevenson hunting the footy. Zeeble
be able to like articulate my thinking, you know, be able to take the feelings inside of me, be able to articulate them in a way to create thoughts that I feel represent not just opinions of do I think something is good, yes or no, but being able to like represent what different opinions and like pathways of logic people can have. I would love to be able to do that.
But they're not gonna get it.
Like that would actually, if you're talking like superpowers, that could actually be a superpower. The ability to understand different, like all different types of opinions and where they're all coming from. That could actually be crazy. I feel like that would be an underrated superpower. And the reason that if you could actually understand different types of opinions of whatever they are, I feel like because at that point you'd be used to it, because you'd be understanding them, you wouldn't necessarily be you wouldn't get like emotionally heightened in a, I suppose, negative way to your opinions as much, because you understand them. Your ability to handle situations, I feel like, would improve dramatically, and you would have an edge on other people, which those around you could then find valuable, which would then allow you to get more stuff, I guess.
Just had to get it out. The Roos can build something here. Blakey affects the turnover. He'll be
like, I know that when I think of superpowers, I think like, oh my god, it'd be so great to have teleportation, because you would just be able to show up at different places whenever you need to. I do still think that's a really good one. Come this way.
Clever kick. Cunnington. His field kicking is normally first rate.
Oh, got that. Mr. Phillips. Oh. What do you got there? Hey, Surha.
He's hard to beat one-on-one. Can he impose?
You know, like the idea of like people's superpowers of being wanting to fly? I wonder if you were like wanting to fly and then you were like actually doing it, what does that mean for like the clothes that you're wearing? Like, wouldn't there, I wonder, is there like a way of knowing that if you were going at a speed in which you were flying, would that require like damage to your clothes to the point where it would actually be hard to even find clothing that you can wear? That could be a thing with teleportation potentially. But that's the thing, is like when we think of superpowers, we think of the things that we like, what we consider the positives towards those superpowers. But what are like the potential side effects that we actually wouldn't want to having, that we would actually be getting with those superpowers? I only just thought of that now, so I don't even know how to like dive deeper on that right now. Well, you got that way. But I'm always a bad person to try and dive deep on things. I'm very good at saying I want to dive deep on stuff, but not doing it, and just getting distracted by something else.
Blakey to bring it in. Stevenson wins it back. Great.
Come this way.
Can they get some reward this time?
Hey!
Has marked in front of goal.
It'll take his best, but we've seen him do it before.
Hopefully you can get this goal, bring it back to a 9-point game. Tristan Sherry. That not a bad kick. It's a good kick. It just didn't make the distance, but it was a good kick.
Happy to concede it behind.
Away he goes. Goes long from the kick in. Blakey. Good kick. Goulden.
We got Goulden in there. Do you ever like study people in terms of like seeing their habits and what? Like I guess this is just psychology, right? In terms of studying people. But I literally just had it in my head right now the idea of going through and just okay, come this way with the Goldstein of like trying to like watch another person's stream or just like another person's content and seeing how they handle situations and what I can take for myself, which at first idea as I think of it can sound okay in that you're trying to like develop come this way, but it has to be sort of, it has to work for you. You can't just be another person the way they are, because they're the only person that is them. Go this way. So it's like only trying to like take things from other people to try and have as like a potential influence have worked for me. What you got this way? There was something else I was going to mention on that. Oh yeah, it was the idea of like authenticity. Authenticity was something that was like I thought could be an interesting topic. Come this way. Because you know, like the idea of if you're acting, like the idea of fake it till you make it, and if you're acting a certain way that maybe isn't normal for you, like the idea would be that you're being a fake person in that moment. Oh, come this way. I feel like the relevance of the AFL here for me in talking about that tends to just come from that I remember as I was thinking about authenticity, I used the AFL as an example. So, so say that this person right here, Teasel, he's a natural right foot kick. His right foot is his dominant one. If he spends time practicing with his left foot, which would be his non-dominant, the one that he would not be used to, would he in that situation be a fake footballer? The answer that we would be giving would be no. We wouldn't be saying that they're a fake footballer. We'd be saying that they are developing themselves. They're developing themselves as a footy player, which I think can be. I feel like that can be argued for a person in that if you're because our personalities all come from like the brain. It all comes from like different parts of our brain that we are that ultimately being so the way like even the way that I'm talking right now, the parts of my personality that's being expressed, there are parts of my brain that are being more activated, that are being like highly activated, like they're in the spotlight, you know, that are being used together to present what you are receiving, right? But like if I was talking from different parts of the brain, it would actually produce a different effect. Slightly. And I feel like if we're talking like personality wise in terms of ways that we act, it's like building up a habit. At first it's kind of weird, but I don't know if I actually don't know what the idea of being an authentic person is a little bit. I do think that's just an interesting topic for me in general. But as I was saying, I feel like that can be argued that you're just developing your personality. You're trying to come this way. You're working on it. You're trying to build that part of yourself up. You know what I mean?
Goals have been tough to come by. Got to make the most of your opportunities.
Because if you do something over and over again to the point it becomes habitual, would that not at that point just be part of you, a part of who you are, the type of person you are at that point in time now? Once you spend a long time doing something, go this way with Taylor. I do feel like that is, at the moment, when we talk about authenticity, that is sort of where we're coming from, in that it feels like just saying something that a person does a lot of times consistently. That tends to just mean authentic, I think. And also likable. Likable also tends to be a big part in terms of what we think is authentic, and it's because it's so much easier to think someone that you don't like, for whatever reason that is full of bullshit. Yeah.
Looking for territory. Cops some unwanted attention. Good use of
go that way. Actually, the idea of people being full of bullshit and being honest is also an interesting idea to me. It's because my understanding on human beings actually requires us. You ever like heard of the book Everybody Poops? So like I've sort of taken that idea and been like, everyone's full of shit. You can't hide that. Doesn't matter who you are. You all, like, everyone poops. Come this way. Look like we're all full of shit, and it's just being part of human. Come this way with Mills.
A goal scoring opportunity may have gone begging there.
Get it out that way.
McInerney. A good kick here, and they'll be in business. Franklin.
Mr. Flance into the 50. Hey, Papley. Let's go back. Let's see if you can get the goal with this.
That'll be hard to catch.
It's a 12-point game at the moment. Okay then.
He hasn't kicked it very
well. It didn't make the distance.
The interchange bench might be calling after that blue. And they're out of trouble. Sheasel has found some space.
Harry Sheasel. Little kicks on. That. Oh. Come with Stevens.
They're looking good.
Over with Reed. Into the 50.
Who's at home?
Oi, Papley.
Great body work.
To say there are some alarm bells ringing is an understatement. They're not working hard enough.
Okay, so Tom Papley. We'll see what he can get here. That. Oh, that's offline. I just realized that North have 8 behinds.
Gee, you'd be disappointed with that, but he'll
I hadn't even noticed.
make amends if he gets a chance.
Okay, so what does that mean? So it's 10. So North Melbourne actually have more scoring shots at this point. It's 10 to 8. Zeeble gets the handball on. Get it going. Get it going. Oh.
Leads his opponent.
Oh my. Okay. And claw handball back there. Get rid of it.
Not a lot of space
Go in.
to work with.
They're in the 50 here. Mr. Hayward. The kick's on. It comes to Heaney.
Read it well and claims the mark.
To extend the margin beyond 3 goals.
Okay, so we got Mr. Heaney here. Yeah, the idea of honest people. It's fascinating to me. A lot of ideas. Okay, come this way. Like, does anyone? Oh. Like right now, I'm just like thinking about the idea of like, does anyone actually care about honesty? Which usually, nowadays I tend to think no, and that's just sort of my experience being very into having watched a lot of Survivor. A lot of my understandings on the world come from things like Survivor, which it can feel a little strange to say that my understanding on the world is reality TV. But it's actually a very big influence on me. Come this way. It's just like seeing lots of examples of people in situations where they do a lot of lying to get what they want, and depending on different circumstances people are in, people generally actually tend to be fine with it. I've found that. I feel like it's consistent with history. That like that's something that I try thinking about. Like, what is consistent with history? And not just consistent, but it's like not just what's consistent with history. Well, yes, it is the same thing, but over all different types of countries in terms of how people act, and what they ultimately showcase themselves to be okay with, not what they say they're okay with, because it's very easy. Oh, come this way.
He'll feel that one. In heavy traffic. This is great pressure footy. He'll be
Mr. Simpkin.
They've worked it well. Goes very wide. It wasn't the best.
Okay, it'll be a throw in.
And we'll have a throw in.
What are your thoughts, Gaz?
The Roos haven't had many avenues to goal. It might be worth sending a midfielder or even a defender forward to try to create a favourable match.
Who has it?
Sheasel, Shields, Stevens.
Oh, can you get the goal?
Kicking for his first.
Oh.
Should have taken the mark.
I don't think
well, we've got under a minute to go in the first half here.
Aggressive with the
it's a 13-point game. Hey, Mr. Core. Let's bring it. Bring it in here. But you got Mr. Fox.
Gets back and should be able to see off the danger. A chance to clear now.
Oh, Mr. Campbell. Who can you bring it back? Who can you get it to? Oh no.
It's not leather poisoning.
They need to just go for it.
Cunningham wins the
oh my.
And
okay, that's gonna be the end of the first half here. So we'll be coming back. We will have the second half, and that'll be with Sydney having a 13-point lead. Alright then, so we got the second half coming up in here. We have scoring wise it's not the greatest game, but margin wise we got a 13-point game here. So hopefully things like that can continue. That'll be good. There'll be some suspense in terms of what team will win. It's always good. Come with Mr. Hall. I wonder when the next time like the home team will win, because last round every away team won And the last game we had the same thing happened. Like, so coming this way, Mr. Shields, get rid of it. So I wonder when the next time it'll be how long the streak will go for. It might be something we have to keep and might have to keep track of that.
Now they'll have to defend.
Go in here with Cunnington.
Good hands.
Did go Greenwood?
He hasn't struck that well at all. You can't question his commitment.
Didn't he get rid of it? Oh, yeah, okay, but I'm gonna get rid of it.
Can relieve the pressure.
No, okay, you got Mr. Taylor. You got Mr. Taylor. Y'all ever seen, like, what is it? I think it was called Sports Science. Is that the I remember. Oh, I'm trying to like remember things because I'm just having like ideas in my head, like of videos in my head pop up where it would have been people I think called Sports Science doing like a Klay Thompson basketball shooting of like the physics or the math or something, or the science on Klay Thompson's jump shot on an NBA jump shot and other things like that. I remember being really interested by those. Coming this way.
He's got the distance.
So you got Mr. Zubo.
They've got to start making these opportunities count.
Straight down the guts. Generosity is a wonderful quality,
was on the lead.
but not on a football.
Heaney
had his name written all over it.
Kicking at his first.
Okay, so Mr. Heaney. Let's see what you got there. That's coming back.
He's got it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it brings it out to 20-point game.
Well, they weren't concerned before. They should be now. Cunnington. He's pursued.
Out that way. Who you got? You got Tommy Powell. Kick it inside.
They need to hit the scoreboard.
It's gonna be receivable.
Bouncing ball.
He's got the oi!
That's got to be a free kick.
All right then.
Dispose of it correctly.
That's the Cunningham. Up with Stevens.
They cannot keep him quiet. Haywood. He's so good in close.
To the left.
Delightfully
Who's got
done.
there?
Well done.
Handball in that
He's
way.
got support. McInerney. The Roos are chasing tail. Heaney takes a beauty.
Oh my God.
Reed absorbs the pressure. He couldn't get rid of it. They wanted holding the ball, but nothing doing. Hickey got his palm to it. Clever if it comes off. Goldstein. Marnie. It's a tough game. Powell. Greenwood.
Who you want to get that to? No. Was I talking to? Oh.
Runs onto it. Met solidly. Lloyd.
Oh, come on.
A chance now.
Go this way.
In the right
No,
spot
get
at
your
the right
hickeys.
time.
Get your
Not a
hickey
good
there.
Kick. In fact, it might be out on the foot.
You were making breakfast burritos? Yeah? You enjoying your breakfast burritos? Coming this way. Let's see what you got.
Taylor. Now it's someone else's.
Oh, get rid of that. Oh, Mr. Campbell. Kicks in there. Can they get that mark? Yeah, there you go.
He'll expect to convert this.
There you go. Mr. Reed. He should be able to get this. I just realized I myself have literally never had a burrito. Like, the closest thing to a burrito is just me, like, having tacos. That's the closest I come to.
Have given up 3 in a row now.
Go there. You got Mr. Stevens. Get rid of that. He doesn't do it. So, are you serious? You're calling that hole in the footy? Okay.
Can he hit a target? Davies Uniacke.
Get rid of it.
They'll take the patient approach. The
No. Mr. Reed. Okay, so you got Lloyd. Get it out of there. No, go that way. So you want to have that with. That's with Sheasel. Mr. Powell. Oh, go. Oh, well, damn. I'm not a cook. I didn't think the idea of being able to cook sounds cool. I just never really do it. It's taken me a very long time to even do incredibly basic things when it comes to cooking. Mr. Blakey, oh, that's kind of a turnover there. But like, I know that I feel like one day, I don't know when this will be. It could be something that's like 5 years down the line potentially. But I just feel like one day I'm going to get really into cooking. I do feel like that's going to happen one day. Go this way.
Onto the non-preferred. Incisive handball.
What's the hardest thing I cook or tried to? When I say very basic, I mean so incredibly basic that it's like spaghetti. That's how basic I'm talking. I do basically nothing in terms of cooking.
The Roos can't win the ball back.
Oh wait, making this dude play on over here.
Can they catch them out on the
But yeah, I do feel like at one point there will come a time when I get into it.
He'll be sore in the morning.
Because the idea of doing it sounds really cool to me. Go this way. Heaney.
Set sail for goal, but the kick is astray. One behind only.
The Roos are struggling.
Okay, so Sydney have come out here. They've come into the third quarter. They've looking exert that player one dominance, and they're not doing top, but they're doing a good job right now.
To really stamp some authority on this match.
Mr. Heaney. There you go.
Close. He liked it off the
Aye, there you go. What? You're saying it depends on how you make the spaghetti, if it's basic or not? Well, how other people make spaghetti, I'm basic bitch on that. I'm definitely.
Clean pickup. Core.
I do like the minimum I can. Come this way. You got Reed.
They're irrepressible at the moment.
Go get rid of that.
Had the presence of mind to get to the dangerous spot.
If you got Shields, he goes over the top.
It's hard to find a winner for
Come with Cunnington.
Cunnington doesn't often waste it. The coach will start.
Mr. Real Bottom. Let's go to the right on that. Mr. Core.
With the intercept mark. Ignoring the corridor for now. Fox.
Go.
Shields.
And
gets the kick away.
No.
Marnie fumbles it.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's a ball up there. Okay then. Let's see what we have here. We have Sydney. Oh no.
Davies Uniac. Solid tackle.
That's going to be a ball up. Okay. So we have a 33-point game. There's still a chance for North to be able to come back. This quarter has been very heavily dominated by Sydney right here. Get the kick. Whoops.
Almost an accidental
get your kick over there.
Despite the heat.
It's going to be with North. No, never mind. Oh, my hands got cramp. Get rid of it. Do I eat anything expensive, like hundreds of dollars? No. Go this way.
He stopped in his tracks.
Oh, have I ate anything expensive? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had something that much, like hundreds of dollars in terms of food. I'm definitely, I like what my diet, my appetite is very much like kid oriented in terms of I have things that I liked and I just kind of stick with them. I'm happy to stick with them for the most part. Come this way.
Making his claim for the Golden Fist Award.
Mr. Davies Uniac
goes at goal, but I think that's going the wrong side of the stick. It's a behind.
They're peppering the goal.
It goes Lloyd down here.
Straight down.
It goes right into the middle.
Has eyes only
not like not like chicken fingers. When I say kid oriented, I just mean like things that I probably would have had a long time ago, and then I just sort of stuck with them, and I was happy to stick with them. Go this way.
That was almost handed to him. Goulden. Will the umpire pluck a free kick? Papley. Maybe
go there.
Himself. Haywood. They're playing with
you got that. No, you can't get that. Can't get that. I'm actually trying to think of like chicken fingers because of when like the last time I would have had something like that was that would have been a long time ago.
Two problems. They're not winning enough ball and they're not using it well.
Because it made me think of I don't know if you've ever had fish fingers, but that's kind of what it made me think of. Go this way.
Hickey wins it back.
Which
that's poor play. What a hand pass.
Like what, apple sauce peanut butter and jelly sandwich? No. I didn't see. Okay.
He's caught. Rowbottom.
Go this way. Mr. Rowbottom. Warner.
Got winners all over the park.
I'm at the moment. I wonder, have I actually ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I don't think I've ever had it. I don't know that PB&J is an Australian thing. Come this way. But like, it's not really something that I myself ever had. But bring us out there, Mr. Lloyd.
Can run and gun. What a game he's having.
You go with the Shizo.
Some drive off halfback.
I just when I say like oh my thing's like kid centric, I just mean like I would have had spaghetti when I was young, and then I would have just like been happy to stick with it. Like my interest in expanding isn't very high at all.
He's missed this one.
That could have just about put it out of
go with the Siebel. What do we got? We got 2 minutes left in this quarter.
Stevenson.
Oh, feels like Sydney's lead should be larger than it is at this point.
Attracted a crowd.
Get rid of it.
Terrific tackle. Umpire's ball as we near three-quarter time. Rucks go at it. Greenwood. Can he force his way through?
Have I ever had frog eggs?
This is great pressure footy. Reed.
Or fish eggs? I don't think so.
Get an effective disposal.
Mr. Golden. Go there.
Takes the
Has he got that goal? Yeah.
Finish he does.
Okay then.
They're really opening them up, and right now they have no answers to the onslaught.
The Roos haven't been able to
Go over here. You got Mr. Warner.
Closed him down.
Get rid of that. That's going out there. Campbell.
What can they build here?
Golden. Who you got? Mr. Hayward. The kick's on there. And there's Papley. So it was a close game. And then the third quarter came around. And Sydney, as player one, realised that they had a chance of losing. And they couldn't let that happen. They couldn't let that happen now.
It's getting out of hand.
Yeah. Although in saying that, the scoring... In saying that, the amount of scoring shots that teams have had actually isn't that much of a difference. It's just North just really can't kick straight. Bringing in there with Greenwood. Can they get the mark? Alright, so that's going to be an end on that quarter. We'll come into the last one. Would I ever try chicken feet or pig feet or alligator? I'm not. I don't know what the situation would be, but it's not something I'm going to be looking to do. Come this way. I actually remember you asking me questions based on pigs and different like pig noses and pig feet and other stuff in that range. Not really.
To no one in particular.
Go this way.
They put themselves under pressure. Goldstein runs onto it. Out of the congestion. Greenwood. McInerney.
Get the handball that way.
Papley.
That's the Papley.
The Roos have no
answers. Go, just
That's
go.
A waste.
Go with it, North.
Gives it everything.
Do there.
Stevenson. Hall. He's generally a good kick.
Rampy
takes it on
go
the
with the kick.
flank.
Mr. McInerney.
The Swans.
I do actually think, like,
Warner. Look at the distance.
You remember talking about Kitling?
Papley.
Go there. I do think the idea of like talking about
heads them off at the pass.
like dietary stuff actually can be interesting. Of like what the morality behind eating animals is and meat and all that stuff. I don't even. It's just something. It's not something that I've like dived that much into, except for having watched some Twitch VODs of Maya who has Animal Quest, and she'll talk about that a bit. That's pretty much the extent of my education on something like that right now. Am I a vegan? No. I know the idea of me constantly saying, I didn't eat this meat or I didn't eat that meat. But no, I'm not vegan or vegetarian or that. But I do wonder if I was to go through the idea of eating animals and all that, and human relationships with animals. Like the idea of I do think that's an interesting thing to think and talk about. Come this way. Oh!
It's a tough game. There's an argument for a free kick there.
Like, for an example, in terms of the human-animal relationship, do I believe in eating animals? I mean, because I technically eat animal products, like, yes. It's just not something that I've really thought all that much about, and a lot of the reason towards that is actually, I think because it's convenient for me to not think about it, because there's potential that if I was, I'd probably not like myself.
I'd love to see these guys throw the game open and create some goals.
But it's something that I come this way.
The winner there. They have a good understanding.
Go there. I do think, what was that? What animal do I eat? I guess there's like chicken products that I eat, but it's not. I don't feel like I eat a lot of meat. Although, and when I say not a lot, I don't it's not like very talented in ranging all the things, but
He really should have capitalised on that. But to be.
Right up the guts with the kick in.
go that way.
Got a fist in.
But yeah, like I eat meat products. Actually, when I say I don't eat a lot of meat, I think the truth is that I actually probably like I have like sandwiches that involve meat products in it. But I don't have like a steak. Like big dinner stuff that tends to not happen all that much. Okay, so we got North right there.
Not become 7. Has the rock been stopped?
The Roos with a much needed goal.
But like the animal products I do eat, it's kind of because I sort of have been used to eating them. You don't like the idea of slaughtering animals, but wait, hang on. You got that. That's going to be a goal. There you go. You're saying you don't like the idea of slaughtering animals, but it's good they get. Are you saying that it's good they get hurt? Pretty bad, even baby. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Like I feel like the comment was like contradicted itself a bit. No, okay.
That typifies their performance. McInerney gathers Stevens. That sloppy play.
Oh, let's get rid of that.
To bite. Parker in the centre square. Phillips.
Oh, you're saying it tastes good, right?
So well.
Yeah.
Cunnington. It's a desperate tackle.
Okay, so that's going to be a goal up.
For a free kick, but we'll have a stop.
But you don't like how they die, right? You don't like how it happens. But once it's happened, we're all good. We're all good at that point. I get that. I get like that's pretty much the idea of like go this way.
Blakey gets back and should repel. Cunnington affects the turnover.
You go there. Mr. Blakey. Like it is weird to think about people like raising animals just to kill them. That is weird to think about. I do find the human.
This is good footy.
But me just stopping, like you just stopping eating won't change that. It would, oddly enough, it actually would help. Even like because it would take one person at a time, and of just like if you just stop eating it and you stop buying the stuff, then in that situation, the demand for the product goes down, and then people who are selling them look and say that it's less and less of there are less and less interest in it, so it actually over time would go down. Like in terms of you know what I mean there. Yeah, a lot of people eat meat, absolutely. But is your idea that you're eating meat because other people eat meat, or is it because you yourself? Is your idea in that situation that just one person won't change it? I'm not saying it would change it a lot. It's just that are you eating meat? Are you willing to eat meat in a situation based on it being normal, or because you like it? So it's not. Go this way.
Campbell clears the area. McInerney.
Go there. It's going to be Campbell, and that's going to be Franklin.
Already got one today.
Okay, so Lance Franklin there. Let's see what we got there. Mr. Franklin. And coming back, not enough. Not enough there.
He's dead set, got the yips. Hopefully he can sort it out before.
I'll get rid of it.
His team.
Zeeble to bring it back.
Oh. Okay, go with. I'll get rid of it.
Easy exit. Manages to get off a handball. Not good footy there. Warner runs onto it. It's
where are we going on here?
For the faint-hearted. Goldstein. Yeah. Can he be the fire starter?
You're out there.
Some unwanted attention. The umpire will.
Yeah, you just don't like the thought of them. Like you just don't like the thought of them dying. Would it just be for the purpose of just being our food?
Got the handball away.
Come this way.
Parker absorbs the pressure. Warner, good tackle. Mills, he'd like that one again.
Come on. Come on. Robot, get rid of it.
He's under close
get rid of
attention. Just had to get it out. McInerney, he's caught.
So we are. Oh.
At
the point we're at, Sydney will win this game. It's just by how much at this point.
Heads towards goal, but the kick is astray. A minor score.
They're doing plenty right, just not putting it on the scoreboard.
See what you got there.
Goes towards
Mr. Hall. Whoa.
It fell into his arm.
Okay, so you got Reed here. Get rid of the. Oh, that's gonna be with Powell. Let's see what you have here.
No. Dreadful hand pass, truth told. Warner. That 4-0 forward amounts to nothing.
Bring the handball there. There's a little... Oh, okay. That's the rampy.
Hasn't seen a lot of it.
That's going to be golden.
The Swans have been ruthless today.
Like, if they stop selling it, you'd be fine. Like, you'd just be able to move on. I think we'd actually adapt a lot easier than people might think we would. You're not going to stop when you've been eating it. Right, so, like, your idea is probably the 21-22. Your idea of terms of your, like, in terms of your meat consumption is actually probably similar to mine at the moment, which would be, well, I mean, while they're selling it, I'll kind of eat it, and like, but if it went away, okay, we'd probably just be able to adapt to the situation, then go there.
Saw that coming, attracted a crowd. Sherry, desperate defense. Stevenson.
Oh, okay.
Flirting with the post.
How long have I been eating meat? I mean, I don't, like, as long as I can remember, I suppose. Oh!
Goldstein gathers. Tucker.
Little kick.
He's
Hit the
done
mark.
brilliantly.
No, fifth. No! What the?
Good penetration on the kick.
Blast away, and that's out on the full.
Happy to be patient and wait for an opening. Mills! Strong grab. This has got danger.
Oh, God. Like, I remember, I've sort of been raised on it. I remember having, like, a couple of days where I was like, that's it. I don't want to... Like,
He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet.
Why you gotta ask it like that, man? Like, yeah, I've been eating meat since I was a kid.
Leans back and drills it.
That's a quality finish. He's a beautiful kick at goal when his confidence is up.
We thought this one might be close, but it hasn't
go this way.
That way. Davies Uniacke, Taylor. What can he do with
It's gotta be 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes to go here.
Technique there.
Okay, so we got this. I remember I had spent like a couple of days being like, okay, I'm not gonna eat meat, gonna try that out. And I gave up so quickly. This way with Zerha.
Has a vice-like grip.
This should not be a problem.
Like, realizing that my idea on it at the moment didn't really have like a lot to do with my actual feelings on the good or bad, like the morality on eating meat, but it really just came to whether or not I liked it. It's like, well, it's something that I'm used to eating, and I have meat products that I like, so I guess I'll just kind of like keep doing it. Go this way. I could see a day where I like completely stop eating meat. That could happen if I actively went out to search for alternatives and I was happy with them. I could see my meat eating at the very least going down.
Can they keep the footy this time? Zeeble. That one was all
I don't have sausages all that much, really. Like, sometimes if there's... Like, it's been a long time since I had, like... You're talking weenie as in, like, as like a hot dog, right?
Simpkin gets to it first. That's a bruise.
Okay, go there. North, finish the game up. Get the goal. Come on, let's see what you got.
The umpire calls for it as full-time approaches. Punch clear. Tries to soccer it to advantage.
Get rid of that.
Mills gathers.
I don't remember. Okay, we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish this game right here. Finish it up. See what stats for it are. Gonna be a Sydney win here.
The Swans have dispatched their opposition with relative ease.
Yeah, I mean, first half was very close. North was staying in there based on having scoring shots, but they couldn't kick straight for the hell of them, for the life of them, man. They couldn't do it. So they couldn't help them come back into it. There was a few people with 3 goals. You had Zerha from North, Reed and Goulden for Sydney had 3 goals. Okay. So it was. Oh, that's interesting that Rowbottom was at the top there. You can see the marks at the top there. Sammy Reed again. He's been very good recently in the recent weeks. So Sydney here getting the victory. They had Reed and Goulden each having 3 goals, and it was James Rowbottom leading the way with 36, leading them to the victory over North Melbourne, 91-43, a 48-point victory.